What's up, y'all? I think I've got energy to do one more video. Though it's 3 o'clock in the morning and I've been filming stuff all day. Just wanted to get some things out that I was recently thinking about. I'm posting stuff and responding to people. And I have so many thoughts, I have so many videos that I want to get out that are in my head. And there's just not enough time to do everything. And I think about them. I just got to do them. I just got to do them. I delay and procrastinate because I know they've got to be edited. And it takes so many cuts sometimes to get it right the way that I want it. So it looks good. And, how do I look? Did I shave? Yada, yada, yada. All that silly. So here it is. I'm just going to do it. And see how this comes out. I'm just going to pick one. The one actually that I was thinking of was... of the many that I think of daily that I should do over and over and over again is zombie apocalypse. And I say that because it's just something that I've wanted to make a video about and something that I see and I witness. And it's just obvious. We are in the zombie apocalypse. I had posted about it. This is my warning. I don't know. That was like weeks or months ago. But like we are in the zombie apocalypse. The actual one that they wrote about, whoever that is, like, I guess, the Department of Defense or FEMA, whatever agency, government agency, literally has protocols and documents explaining, zombie apocalypse. And it's real shit. And their explanation, of course, is, well, we've got to have all our bases covered, and this is why they're actually wasting taxpayer money to write a whole whatever amount of pages. I'd be lying if I said I know, but a very detailed, file on zombie apocalypse, just as real as like, possible alien invasions, which, you gotta take with a grain of sand because depending on how woke you are, you know that there really is no such thing as little green things or other galaxies or anything like that. The extraterrestrials or the other beings that have always visited us and even mated with the earthlings here are, sons of God. They're fallen angels. The Benai Ha Elohim, mentioned in Genesis 6:4. But, the zombie apocalypse is well at hand, man. And you can see it. It's people are so dummied. It's not fake. It's not like just covering all their bases. It's code. It's code for what we are actually witnessing right now. People walking around addicted to their phones, totally consumed by their phones. But it's not just that. Like, that's not any new revelation. Like, they make memes about it. Like, everyone's completely aware. Someone posted it today. Like, I don't know. Does anyone else, feel it's scary that, like, we're so into, like, our devices and our, social media and, wanting to meet people and connect and do things online so much that we're not even, like, meeting in real life. Or, like, are we afraid that we're, like, missing real life? Are we truthing in real life? Are we missing real life? Other than truthing, like family, friends. That's another point, by the way, that I wanted to bring up in another video, which is family first, man. Family is important. And it's terrible to see family torn up by truth. And this is, again, prophecy. It's going to happen in these end of days. But pray for your family members and realize that, your family and your relationships are more important than being right. It's not always about being right. It's about, I don't know how to say it, sometimes you just don't need to be right. You just need to love them and pray, really. Know that people are not always going to agree, but I can tell you this, whether you agree or not, about the actual frequency attacks, chemtrails are now a reality. They're spraying barium and aluminum in the sky. It's no longer a theory. So those are friends of mine that used to make fun of me for, talking about chemtrails 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago when I was leading the charge about it. It's now I have footage of, I used to have movies and, with peer-reviewed research like what in the world are they spraying, and other stuff like that. But now I can post real quickly the director of the CIA basically admitting to and the rebranding of chemtrails as stratospheric and atmospheric injection to help with global warming, which is absolutely ridiculous because we all know that our truthers that they're spraying that stuff in the sky not only to activate it and poison us, the barium and the aluminum that is, to also burn it because it's highly flammable, like they're causing these wildfires in Cali. But it's a cumulative toxin. It's a cumulative toxin, and it also is used in their weather manipulation, and they can also manipulate our brains and our frequencies with their direct energy weapons. And this is what the zombie apocalypse really is. And we're all victims. I'm even a victim of it. I'm constantly using my phone, posting. I even prefer a lot of, apps and stuff are just easier than I was learning on my computer. It looks different than what I'm used to, as I'm always posting it on my phone. So yeah, I'm always connected. I'm always on my phone, and we're activating with the frequencies. Wait till 5G rolls out if it's not already, which I have a feeling that it already was. I gotta tell us when they really roll this shit out. I have a feeling they did it when Trump let that emergency call out. I don't know, last year. I started feeling funny that day. A lot of people laughed at me. Some people felt it too. But yeah, zombie apocalypse. Sorry, I'm a little over. It's a little late. I've been talking about a lot of stuff. I want to talk about zombie apocalypse. It's something that I've wanted to make a video about because I see it when I'm driving. I notice it when I'm driving. There's one thing I wanted to say. How I notice it, because it's frequency, it's rhythm. I've just noticed because I'm a aggressive driver. I drive above the speed limit, but not too much because I've also been, working for the last 25 years. So, yeah, I pay attention to my rear view, and my speed all the time. And most of the time I can't speed, but I'm pushing, 9 miles over. I don't consider that speeding. But I've noticed in general, like so many more people just going really slow. It used to be like 1 or 2 people. Sometimes you get all 3 that get caught. You see people that get caught in like the rut of the semi going slow or the bus, and people just get caught in it with a speed. It's like they get stuck in it, and it's that's what's going on, but through frequency. They're making everybody slow through frequency, through the chemical poisoning, the chemical dumbing down of America, like Agenda 21, like the videos that I was posting 10 years ago. Dr. Blaylock and others that were, medical doctors who were also truthers on our advisory board when I was an advisor for Life Extension. That's where I found out about chemtrails, actually, from a little old lady calling in for contraindications on her medicine and supplements. Any flipping who. Yeah, so we are living, look at all the accidents I've been seeing. It's another thing that makes me think about it. All the 1-car accidents. There's been 2 on the street since I've been living here 2 years. I want to say 2 in 1 year. Both of them up on the median and hit trees. I guarantee you, it was not makeup. Although that was probably a problem for you ladies, but not as much as these phones are for people. Ladies and men, especially young kids. People are on their phones and they cannot drive to begin with, and they're crashing into trees. That's why I'm seeing all these 1-car accidents. People are on their phones. They're dumbified. They're brushing with fluoride. They're putting aluminum under their arms. And they're breathing it in all day and every day as the rest of us are. And it's being activated. Just like I've seen this analogy done, and I believe it wholeheartedly. Get a piece of aluminum and throw it in your microwave. You see what happens to it. All right, so we're breathing that shit in. Those of you that drink out of it a lot or use aluminum-based antiperspirants, you're putting it somewhere which is one of the most transdermal ways to absorb things transdermally, uh, is your armpit and in between your thighs. So if you're gonna put like an androgen or some type of hormone cream, it's always done like under the arm or the end of the thighs because that's how you absorb things transdermally. The best, from my experience in vitamin supplements the last 20 years. But so yeah, if you're putting aluminum under your arms to stop the sweating, which it certainly does work, just like fluoride will kill germs because it kills practically anything it comes in contact with, being that it's one of the most toxic ionic compounds on the plane. But yeah, back to the zombie apocalypse. Just watch out for it, man. People, we've been being poisoned mentally, physically, and spiritually. I've been saying that for 10 years. They know that we're made in the image of God and that we're mental, physical, and spiritual beings, and so they're attacking us mentally, physically, and spiritually. And part of that physical attack is a chemical bombardment, both in the air, both all in the air, in the water, in the food that we eat. We're being poisoned. In the television that you listen to, in the music that you're listening to, you're being brainwashed and poisoned. And it's all part of the zombie apocalypse, which we are living in right now. We're heading towards the apocalypse. We are definitely in the end of days. I don't know how many people can even argue that anymore. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy times to see how blinded people are. And I totally understand, that it's a spiritual thing and that hearts are being hardened, that the veil is being lifted and the wheat is being separated from the chaff. And it's just mind-blowing, bro. It's absolutely wild. Yeah, zombie apocalypse. So I got to do an actual video on it, but I wanted to talk about that, the evidence of it. Look at how slow people, they're going to see people who are not conditioned and who are not falling in suit with these lower frequencies that they want, because they're the ones not only truthing, they're the ones who are speeding. They would just stick out like a sore thumb. We're the ones, not. We're the ones smoking mad weed, so probably deflecting a lot of their, frequency attacks. Getting our mind right, yeah, spiritual warfare, certainly heavy. Another great topic. It's absolutely nuts. Back to the extraterrestrials mating with Earthlings, and all sorts of crazy shenanigans going on here in these end of days. The scriptures say, in the end of days, so shall, as in the days of Noah, so shall be the end of days. Great videos, by the way. And what I feel is meant by in the days of Noah was, number one, sexual immorality, pedophilia, and also, anomalies, genetic anomalies, abominations, because these angels were not only having sex with human women and having, hybrid children, but they were also having sex with animals and making hybrid, animal, human, centaur, minotaur. All those things are real, legit. Giants. There were giants, fee, fi, fo, fum, and they actually ate people. They tortured kids and they ate them just like Jack and the Beanstalk. Another truther friend of mine posted how she used to live on a DuPont property and posted these little houses that she claims, were to attract little children. And this is where the story of Hansel and Gretel originates. I don't doubt her one bit. Obviously, the DuPont family is in the 13 bloodlines, and they've been part of this, sex trafficking, human trafficking, pedophile ring, spirit cooking, ancient Babylonian